Previously, I reacted to the Metroid Prime 4 trailer that I was not super thrilled about coming out of it. And I know people are like, you got to play the game first before you lose all hope. And I understand that. But at the same time, something just keeps getting stuck in my brain. Isn't the point of a trailer to sell you on the idea of the game? That gameplay overview trailer was the complete opposite. If I didn't care about Metroid Prime 4, if I didn't like Metroid, if I didn't know what it was, and I saw that trailer, I would laugh it off and walk away and never care about playing that game. So, literally, the only thing carrying this game right now is the name. not, not exactly off to the greatest start for a game that had the most epic levels of hype back when it got announced at this point, 8 years ago or so with the original Switch. Fast forward to present day, and we're finally on the cusp of it launching, and we get a gameplay overview trailer, and myself, alongside many other people, walk away from it saying, what the hell did we just watch? And my reaction when I went through it was authentic before I saw anyone else, just from a Metroid fan through and through my entire life since the original Metroid, but a massive fan of the entire series. And I saw this and I was like, oh God, what are we doing? And I said, they may not show you the Wokies working on the game, but there will be signs. And I shared this from Cabrutus, who said, let me refresh your memory. Megan Fausti, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, is writing for Metroid Prime 4. This is someone that I covered previously. I actually have an entire Smash JT article on this creature, if you will. And I said, thank God Megan Fausti is no longer part of Retro Studios. This was June 2024. So just over a year ago. But remember, this game was in development for 8 years. After restarting it, it's been in development for 5 years at this point. And there were some genuine concerns that this person had an impact on the script and writing of the game before they moved on from it. And if you don't know who this person is, this is one of their tweets that has since been deleted, but we have preserved it, where Megan Fausti says, I honestly love the idea that hashtag Samus is a trans woman. In my mind, she is and always will be. September 2nd, 2015. So as I always say, people say crazy things in the past and they grow and they learn and they become better and they change to a more normal, rational perspective. Sometimes. Other times they become radicalized, go down the spiral and go straight down the toilet. And you wonder. And this is from an archived Mary Sue article from Brianna Wu. Yeah, this article. Metroid's Samus Aran is a transgender woman. Deal with it. Brianna Wu and Ellen McGrody. If you don't remember Brianna Wu, I'm not even going to dive into that situation of that person, that creature. We'll just say that they are a trans individual that definitely played a role in Gamergate. I'm not going to read through this because I already covered this in a previous video that you guys could check out if you want. But this is one part of it. That's why I'm thrilled to tell you one of the most famous women in video games history happens to also be transgender woman. It's none other than Nintendo's Samus Aran. It's true. In 1994, the writers of the official Japanese Super Metroid strategy guide asked Metroid developers if they could share any secrets about the intergalactic bounty hunter. Hirofumi Matsuka, who helped work on the original design of Samus, claimed that she wasn't a woman, but instead this, or new half. This language has its own issues, but terminology for gender in the early 90s was different in Japan as it was in the West. Now, you know what this is? This is cope. This is trying to mistranslate and warp the meaning of something to fit your agenda. Because Nintendo never intended Samus to be a trans woman. That is a lot of cope. That's a lot of cope. This was from 10 years ago, and Reddit captured it. Metroid Samus Aran is a transgender woman. Deal with it. What? Samus is a woman that players can identify with regardless of their own gender. That's it. She's part bird and part Metroid. So who even fucking knows? Calling her xenosexual because whatever, it doesn't fit into ridiculous human sexual constructs. She's an alien in the first place. She's human, but was enhanced by the Chozo DNA because science. I don't know why, but the idea of her being MTF transsexual makes me slightly less bothered about the changes to her design over the past few years. They made her more curvy and busty. Oh, this is so Reddit for you, isn't it? This is my concern, because when we go into the trailer, because of not just the direction of the writing, but what they're doing to insert soy boys into the game and work alongside Samus, with someone who worked at Retro during the time that this game was being developed and thought that Samus should be a trans. So keep that in mind when we go through this. This is from Side Scrollers. I want to cover their reaction to this unveiling of this yellow paint Soy Jack City guy. Let's see what they say.
You know what I realized is the yellow paint has become the meme over the last few years. The idea of it guiding you through the game, right? There's yellow, everything's dark except for the yellow stairs over there that she probably should take. What color is Miles McKenzie wearing here?
Mm-hmm.
Bright yellow. Shoot. he's literally, he is the guidance system of this section of the game. But it gets a little bit further. Let's finish.
The yellow paint thing. This is on Nintendo. Miyamoto said, "Oh wow, this is years ago, talking about how most people couldn't beat the first level of Mario now." Do you remember that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at.
It feels like they're going to be dumbing down the experience to handhold people to get through the game, which is the complete opposite of what Metroid is supposed to be all about in the first place. When I reacted to the trailer initially, my whole mentality was, well, I hope this is just at the beginning of the game, when there's just like a holding your hand introduction to how to get used to the systems and walking around. And my God, it's cringy, it's awful, it's annoying, but hopefully it goes away quickly. But then the more I was watching it, the more I'm like, wait a second. No, it's going the other direction. There are more characters involved with the game, more people in conversations, and more cringeworthy dialogue. And I'm like, this is not a Metroid game. It feels like a game that's trying to be something else. A game that's trying to keep up with the Joneses of trendy games that are coming out now, to keep up with what people with OCD, ADHD can't focus on, so that they keep coming back to it because, oh, more characters, more things happening, more. It's like, that's not Metroid. If that's what this game is, which again, I go back to, all we can go by is what the trailer tries to sell you on. It paints the picture of a game where it's going to hold your hand and have a lot of cringe dialogue. Not a Metroid game. A Metroid game would be, you are Samus. You are alone on a planet. Your ship has crashed, or if you have talented writers, they might be able to come up with something even more different and special than that idea and that premise. But I don't care. I literally don't even care what the premise is. Like I said back in the original take, I don't care. I just want to be on a planet alone exploring. That's Metroid. That's always been Metroid. If you start doing different things, then it's not Metroid anymore, and you're trying to be something else. And I'm hopeful that that design of that trailer was intentionally misleading, so that it fools people into thinking that you're going to be around a bunch of people, but then something happens and then you're all alone for the rest of the game. I'm hopeful, but then again, based off of the people that wrote this game, I'm not going to be holding my breath on that. Like I said, I do plan on playing this game regardless. I've been waiting for it too long. And I already am ignoring the people that are saying, if you don't like it, why are you going to play it? Because I want to play the games that I want to play. And people who want to watch my channel for what I'm playing, if you are curious about this title but don't want to support Nintendo based off of this, you can save yourself a purchase and watch someone else play it. Win-win. It's the same thing that Hypnotic does or Vara Dark does with Sweet Baby Ink games, where people are like, why are you playing those games if you don't want to support the developer? You're literally supporting them. Is it? Because even as Vara Dark says, if she's able to buy a game and play it and have 300, 400 people, 500 people or more watching her play it, she considers that saving 300 to 400 to 500 sales of the game because people are able to watch her play it and be like, whew, dodged a bullet on that. Glad I don't have to buy it and play it myself and got to see what it's all about, so I don't have to support the developer and still got the experience from watching someone. That's the way I'm looking at Metroid Prime 4 right now. I'll be the first one to tell you guys this too, and I'll leave it here. I would love to be so wrong about this. There's nothing more I want than to be so wrong about this. To when I play the game and be like, oh my God, this is amazing. I am so shocked, and it's everything that I hoped it would be and nothing like I expected. Oh my God, this is awesome. Nothing more than I want. Trust me. I'm going to go into it hoping that that happens, but also realistic of what I've seen so far and keeping my expectations in as much check as I can, because my goodness, it is it's a very precarious situation. And if this game fails to impress, my greater concern is for a lifelong Metroid fan that Metroid itself is dead as a series after this for a very long time. For a very long time. And you know what annoys me the most about that is they did it to themselves. The consumers are here. We're right here. We want to open our wallets and buy your Metroid game. Make good Metroid games. Metroid Dread just like feels like it's shadow dropped. One of the greatest Metroids I've ever played. Highly recommend it. There's very low chance you'll be disappointed with Metroid Dread. Seeing this one, it feels like it's got some other M vibes, and that just makes me cringe. But we'll see. We'll see. Until I get to play it, I'll leave that there. Mercenary for the 5. I look on the bright side of Prime 4. As long as these guys are talking, Samus isn't. I mean, I may love Other M for its gameplay, but the dialogue, the dialogue in Other M is just... And there are people that swear by Other M. I'm like, I can't. Mercenary for another 2. I'll buy the game, play it, and see how bad it is. I already pre-ordered it. I know. People are like, don't pre-order. I'm like, no, bro, I bought a Switch 2 for this game. I'm a massive Metroid fan. I know I'm going to buy the game. Like that is, sorry, like that is what I want to do. If I play it and I get any hints of hardcore wokeism or insidious shit, I'm going to call it out while I play it. We'll see. But it is mandatory for me. It is what it is. But wait, sorry, I thought I'm not a gamer and I thought I don't play games. The people that don't like me, they can't make up their mind because they just want to get mad at me no matter what I do, I guess.